Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, on behalf of the Swiss Finance Council, I would like to welcome you to our 6th annual conference. We are pleased that we can pursue our dialogue and continue our conference tradition, if only in a virtual format this year. I would like to extend my warm welcome to our distinguished speakers from the European institutions, Member States authorities, the Swiss authorities, the Basel Committee, and the private sector, who have kindly agreed to address us and exchange their views with us today. The Swiss Finance Council fosters dialogue around policy developments in finance, both at the European and international level. This is a joint initiative developed by the two founding members, Credit Suisse and UBS, global banks rooted in Switzerland, with a very strong presence in the European market. With a permanent representative office in Brussels, the Swiss Finance Council supports an integrated single market that contributes to the creation of a strong, open, and globally competitive European financial sector. With this, I would now like to introduce the new Managing Director of the Swiss Finance Council, Esther Wittmer. Before joining us at the beginning of this year, Esther was, since 2016, Financial Services Attaché at the Mission of Switzerland to the European Union in Brussels. Esther has extensive knowledge of financial regulation in both the EU and Swiss context, and broad experience when it comes to developing and shaping regulation and policy. With her proven track record and strong network in Switzerland and the European Union, she is ideally qualified to lead the Swiss Finance Council's activities across the relevant locations. Esther, once more, welcome, and I'm very happy that you are on board with us, and I'm looking forward to this first conference of yours. This year's conference is particularly timely. The combination of government stabilization efforts, rapid supervisory adjustments, and the efforts of financial institutions for COVID-19 support packages limited the economic fallout of the pandemic. However, doubts about the delivery of sufficient vaccinations, virus mutations, and long-term damage have created continued uncertainties that may affect the economic recovery. The aim of today's discussion, therefore, is to examine how the economy can emerge from the current situation in order to be able to reduce support measures as soon as possible. And we will explore the banking sector's role in facilitating this process. We will gather derived insights and perspectives on various implications of this process, taking into account a still uncertain environment. In this context, an efficient regulatory framework will be key, along with increasing efficiency gains from one of the world's largest economies, the EU single market. The completion of the banking union and the associated possibility to abolish national ring fencing are good places to start with. Further, the pandemic has undoubtedly accelerated the transition towards a digital economy and also a green economy. In this respect, an important part of the EU's recovery fund was designed to support these twin transitions and move Europe forward as a global leader. And especially as a Swiss citizen, I very much look forward to Europe staying there and becoming even a stronger global leader. In order to enable this transition, we need an integrated and open capital market, cooperating with states such as Switzerland that have close economic ties to the EU appears the natural choice. So let me now have a look at our program. As you might have noticed, this is a two-day conference that will continue on Thursday this week. Whilst today we will discuss aspects of the post-pandemic recovery. On Thursday, we will embark on discussions about new growth models, namely the green and digital transitions. Today, Dr. Elke König, Chair of the Single Resolution Board, will open the conference. She has kindly accepted to address a keynote speech to us that will certainly shed interesting light on today's topic. Elke, once again, many thanks for being with us and a very warm welcome. We will then continue with an exchange of views on a general economic stock-taking and outlook. It's a great honor that Mr. Roberto Gualtieri, member of the Italian Parliament and former Minister of Economy and Finance, and Axel Weber, Chairman of the Board of UBS Group, are joining us today for this exchange of views. We will then follow with a panels session that brings together European and global policymakers as well as global market participants. We will assess the most pertinent pressure points for the European and global banking sectors. This being said, thank you all for participating at today's conference. And Elke König, the floor is now yours.